All right, thanks, guys. Got some lines and personal leans out for Monday's NBA, college, and NHL action. But before we go ahead and get into that, I just want to remind you that right now, at the time of this video, it is currently Sunday afternoon. So we got a couple early games on Sunday just tipping off. So all my stats that I'm going through with you today, just keep in mind that this video is being recorded at the moment on Sunday. It's around 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But anyway, we got some lines and leans for Monday's action, so let's go ahead and get into it, beginning with Warriors at the Pacers. It's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Indiana. Golden State open -9 up to -10. Total open 226.5 up to 227. Now, Golden State's just 22-27 against the spread overall for the year. 12-13 ATS in their games away from home. Golden State ranks 21st in points allowed. Their defense is also giving up 112 points per contest. Meanwhile, on the Indiana side of things, they're 18-6 straight up at home. They rank first in points allowed. Certainly tough to score against this Indiana team. When it comes to scoring, Indiana's 4-1 to the under in their last 5. Golden State 2-2 to the under in their last 4. I understand that Victor Oladipo is out for the season. I understand that. Duly noted, but Indiana has a solid core group of guys. Oladipo, as good as he is, he accounts for 3 to 4 points a game when it comes to the spread. I'm not saying he accounts for 3 to 4 point scoring. I mean, when it comes to the spread, a guy that good, he still only impacts the line by about 3 or 4 points, and that's on the high side of things. So keep that all in mind. What I'm telling you is based, it's referring to the betting trends. It's not referring to the actual game. So anyway, I understand Victor Oladipo's out for the year. I get that. But I still think Indiana can still get the job done at home. So give me the Pacers +10 and the under 227 in that matchup there. And before we go ahead and move on, I just want to take a quick time out and just welcome you to the show. I got some lines and personal leans out for Monday's NBA, NHL, and college basketball action. But before we go ahead and proceed with that, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out at patreon.com/Brock page. And with a documented record of 5-1 and my last 6 plays on that website, you're certainly costing yourself some valuable information each and every day you're not subscribed to that website. Now, memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. There's also plenty of free content there as well. So once again, please feel free to just hit that pause button right now. Open up your browser. All you got to do is type in patreon.com/Brock page. It'll only take a couple of seconds. Link is in the description section below. And if you are a current patron of mine and you're currently watching me right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. You most certainly make it all worth it. And with all that said and done, let's go ahead and hop right back into some more lines and personal leans. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got Knicks at the Hornets. That's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Charlotte. The Hornets are -10.5, totals at 217 and a hook. Charlotte has successfully covered the number in 5 out of their last 6. They're also 16-8 straight up on their home court. Now, the Hornets rank 9th in home three-point shooting, and they are 14-10 against the spread on their home court this year. Meanwhile, the Knicks, they've lost their last 8 straight. That's an 8-game losing streak. Once again, New York Knicks 0-8 straight up in their last 8. And when it comes to the scoring, this New York defense allows 116 points per contest on the road. Charlotte 9-1 to the over in their last 10, taking on the Knicks. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase the hook, buy it down, and take Charlotte -10 and the over 217.5 in that one. Next game, Nets at the Celtics. 7:30 tip-off at the Garden. Boston opened 9.5 up to -10. Totals 219 and a hook. Now, Brooklyn is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6. 14-10 ATS away from home. This Brooklyn team ranks 8th in the association in three-point shooting. They also rank 9th in defending the 3 ball on the other end of the court. Now, Boston, they failed to cover in 6 out of their last 9. They also rank 21st in defensive rebounding. When it comes to the totals, Boston's 5-3 to the under in their last 8. Brooklyn 5-4 to the under in their last 9. So with all that said and done, I'm going to take the road dog in that one. Give me Brooklyn plus 10 and the under 219.5 in that one. Next game, Nuggets at the Grizzlies. 8 o'clock tip-off in Memphis. The Grizzlies are not favored in this one. Denver -5, total 208. Denver's 4-1 against the spread in their last 5, 4-1 straight up in that same category. The Nuggets ranked 6th in defensive scoring, 3rd in defending the 3-ball, and 1st in defensive rebounding. Now on the Memphis side of things, they dropped 8 out of their last 9. They're also last in the association in home scoring. And speaking of the scoring, Memphis is 5-3 to the under in their last 8. Denver 13-9 to the under in their games away from home. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean Nuggets -5 in the under 208 in that one. And then our next and final game for our NBA slate, it is going to be Atlanta at the LA Clippers. 10:30 tip-off at the Staples Center, and there is no line for that game. So let's go ahead and slide into some college basketball action, and we are going to begin with Duke at Notre Dame. That is going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off at Notre Dame. The Blue Devils open -13, totals 151. Now, if you like Duke laying double digits on the road here, just keep in mind they're taking on a Notre Dame team who's 46th in offensive rebounding. They're 11-4 straight up at home. Meanwhile, on the Duke side of things, they failed to cover in 4 out of their last 5. And believe it or not, they rank only 180th in defensive rebounding in the country. Now, when it comes to the total, Duke's 60% to the over in their last 5. Notre Dame's offense is scoring 75 points per contest. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean Fighting Irish plus 13 and the over 151 in that matchup there. Next game, TCU at Texas Tech, 9 o'clock tip-off at Texas Tech. The Raiders open 5.5 down to -5. Total open 131 up to 132. Texas Tech is 6-3 straight up in their last 9. They're also 12-1 straight up on their home court. The Raiders rank 2nd in the nation in home defensive scoring, 1st in home field goal percentage allowed, and 2nd in defending the 3-ball on their home court. Now, TCU ranks 128th in road field goal percentage. They've also failed to cover in 3 out of their last 6 games. When it comes to the total, TCU is 60% to the over in their last 10, taking on Texas Tech. So with all that said and done, I'm going to take Texas Tech -5 in the over. 132 in that one. All right, next and final game for our college slate. It is going to be Baylor at Oklahoma. That is going to be a 9 o'clock tip-off at Oklahoma. The Sooners open 7.5 down to -6.5. Total open 140 down to 137 and a hook. The Sooners are 3-0 against the spread in their last trio of ball games, 8-2 against the spread in their last 10. The Sooners are 10-1 straight up at home this season, and they have successfully covered the number in 9 out of those 11 ball games. Now, Baylor on the other side, they rank 171st in scoring, 204th from the stripe, and 231st from beyond the arc. Now, when it comes to the total, Baylor 6-1 to the over in their last 7. Oklahoma 80% to the over in their last 5. So with all that in mind, I'm going to purchase the hook, slide it down, and take the Sooners -6 and the over 137.5 in that matchup there. All right. Next and final segment for the show, it is going to be in the NHL. We do have 2 games in hockey coming off the break. So the first one is going to be, I have the wrong game queued up. Devils at the Penguins, 7 o'clock tip-off, 7 o'clock puck drop in Pittsburgh. The Penguins open 210 up to 225, total 6. New Jersey's plus 165, Pittsburgh's plus 120, laying the goal and a half. We have Kincaid projected for the Devils, Matt Murray projected for the Penguins. Pittsburgh's 4-1 straight up in their last 5, 11-4 straight up in their last 15. Pittsburgh ranks 5th in scoring in the NHL. They're also winning 67% of their games when Matt Murray makes the start. Now, New Jersey, on their side of things, they're winning just 22% of their games as the official road underdog. They're also winning just 33% of their games at the current market price. And when it comes to scoring, the Devils are 75% to the over, taking on teams between 450 and 550. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase, actually, I'm not going to purchase anything. I'm just going to lay the goal and a half. Give me Pittsburgh minus 1.5 and the over. 6 goals in that one. All right, next and final game for the show. It is